Welcome back, everybody. Madden 21, Miami Dolphins Franchise, Season 1. We're here in the offseason. Going to go through, finish up the playoffs, check out the Pro Bowl roster, re-sign our staff, re-sign whatever players we want to re-sign, go through free agency, go through the draft, and have our team set up for the next episode, which will start our second season in charge of the Miami Dolphins. Let's get it. So as you can see, we don't need anybody for our staff. Flores, he's going to be here until 2023. Phil Deal is here until 2022, so he's got one more year left on his deal. And Gary Irwin is here until 2024. He's level 20. Deal, obviously we could do a little bit better with him. He's good at running backs, which obviously we don't really need. We need a backup. But we don't really need anything else. And obviously Flores, he's going to be here for a while. So going forward, it's going to be the Cleveland Browns against the New England Patriots, the Baltimore Ravens against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you got the Saints against the Bucks, and the Packers against the 49ers. I'm going to go Browns, Ravens, Saints, Packers, as far as what my predictions are going forward to the different championship games. Well, not totally right. So the Browns did end up beating the Patriots 31-7. Wow. And the Pittsburgh Steelers moved on, beating the Ravens 28-24. The Saints edged out the Buccaneers 24-21, and Green Bay barely lost to the 49ers 35-32. So that leaves Cleveland and Pittsburgh and the Saints against the 49ers. I think it's gonna be the two number one seeds. The Saints against the Browns. I think that's gonna be the Super Bowl. And there it is. So the Browns took care of the Steelers. They destroyed them 38-13. And the Saints lost to the 49ers. The 5th seed 49ers. Browns, 49ers in the Super Bowl. I gotta go AFC again. Cleveland, I think he's going to win. I'm going to say 24-21. Final score. Browns edging out the 49ers. And as far as the Pro Bowl teams, since we weren't able to take a look last time, you got Drew Brees and Lamar Jackson, two leading vote getters. Not really too surprised. Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Tua. Our boy Tua made the Pro Bowl as QB3. HB1, you got Kamara and Miles. Gaskin made the Pro Bowl. Not really that much of a shock. I'm actually more shocked at Tags getting in. But Gaskin is going to be HB1. Aaron Jones and Derrick Henry, HB2. And you got Saquon and Joe Mixon, halfback 3. Then you got Cox as fullback 1. And our boy Kabinda, I believe is his name. Our fullback made it 2. So I am genuinely surprised as what's happening with that beautiful 67 overall. Him is fullback 2, and Ricard is fullback 2 for AFC. Wide receiver 1, you got Mike Thomas and Devontae Parker. I knew Parker was going to get in. Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton. You got Allen Robinson and Jacoby Myers as wide receiver 3. And Chris Godwin and Cole Beasley, wide receiver 4. Mike Evans, Mecole Hardman, wide receiver 5. Robbie Anderson, with their wide receiver 6. Gesicki made it for us in tight end. So we have a player going so far from every position. And a lot of them are going to be back to number ones going in. So that's pretty good. You got Cook for the NFC, Jimmy Graham, Trey Burton, Hunter Hurst, Mark Andrews. You got Tariq Armstead as the left tackle. Our former boy, actually, Laramie Tunsil for the AFC. Bakhtiari is going for the NFC. Stanley for the AFC. Marpet is going to be the left guard. And Quentin Nelson. And then you got Richie Incognito for the AFC. And Jenkins for the NFC. Hudson and Lindsley. And you got McCoy and Kelly round out the centers. The Castro is a right guard. Zach Martin, Brooks, and Mason. And you got Schwartz as the right tackle. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ramchick. And then you got Wirfs and Brown as the 2 right tackles. So none of our linemen made it. Not really too surprised. They didn't get that many pancakes. Gave up sacks, gave up a lot of pressure. Not really surprised. Left ends, you got Burns and JJ Watt and Joey Bosa, and you got Sweat. Round out the left ends. Right ends, you got Donald and Hayward and Calais Campbell and Williams. I'm not necessarily surprised that Agba didn't make it. I'm sure these guys, had a little bit better stats. They have better name recognition, so it doesn't surprise me too much that he didn't get there. But hopefully next year, he played fantastic this year. Defensive tackles, you got Buckner and Vea, and Jarrett and Jones. Oh, so there's 3. And you got Oliver and Fletcher Cox. Outside linebackers, you got Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Jadavian Clowney, and Anthony Barr are your outside linebackers. Holcomb and Brown, and Mosley and Kendricks. So Baker actually didn't make it in either. That does actually kind of surprise me. Right outside linebacker, you got Miles Jack, KJ Wright, Olakun, and Milano round out the outside linebackers. And then cornerbacks, you got Marshawn Lattimore for the NFC. You got Johnson for the AFC, Hilton, and Sean Murphy Bunting, Hughes, and Humphrey, and Murphy and Desir. So neither Xavier. I wasn't expecting Byron to make it. Surprised Xavier didn't make it, to be honest. Free safety, you got Harris, Blackman for the AFC, Byard for the AFC, and Fuller for the NFC. Harrison Smith, sorry, for the NFC. Derwin James for the AFC. Landon Collins and Clark. We didn't make the Pro Bowl. Santos and Butker made the Pro Bowl. Wayne Sanchez. Kick returner is CeeDee Lamb and Nyheim Hines. And punt return, you got Cephas and Hill. So, I don't think we had anybody from defense going to the Pro Bowl. How we didn't make it even as strong safety 2, I will not know. But that is a snub. That is absolutely a snub. That's disappointing. But we had a lot of people from the offense going, all well deserved. Gesicki definitely deserved to be there. Devontae deserved to be there. Yeah, just disappointed in the defense. Nobody on the defense made it. So really quick, while I was going through some upgrades and stuff, I just so happened to notice that Myles Gaskin is now a superstar X Factor. We never had anything pop up for him. We never did anything. He is now a superstar X Factor. That is fantastic. I also think it's pretty funny how on the bottom it says practice squad eligible. I don't think we're going to be putting him there. So let's take a look at his abilities. Truz, the most effective ball carriers prioritize maintaining possession over all else. When they enter the zone, no tackles made against them will result in a fumble. That's huge. He doesn't fumble. I think he only had 2 last year. So that was never really an issue. Let us take a look and see what else is available for him. So he has a couple. Wrecking ball. Don't avoid contact and create it when they enter the zone. This ability increases their success rate on trucks and stiff arms. That might be something we switch to. First one, freeze. Some players thrive on making defenders look silly when they enter the zone. This ability increases their fake out rate on the next juke, spin, or hurdle. I do juke with him a lot. He does hurdle a lot too, actually. It's not as common. I do truck more. I do a little bit more power running. So, I don't know if this one necessarily fits him. And freight trains. Freight trains are relentless runners who refuse to go down on first contact when they enter the zone. This ability increases their chance to break the next tackle. So that's rush for 10 plus yards, don't get tackled for a loss. Rush for 10 plus yards, don't get tackled for a loss. He does already break a lot of tackles. I think I'm going to go with wrecking ball. Balance beam, I believe, is still the best one that he can use here. Oh, that opened up Bulldozer. What does he have now? Balance beam. Avoid stumbling when carrying the ball. Ball carries faster spin. Powerful truck. Replenish their stamina once per play when it is half depleted. Break almost any hit stick tackle attempts made on them. I think you gotta go Bulldozer here. He's just gonna be an absolute power back. He's almost at 85, so he's eventually gonna unlock that secondary ability. So that is a very pleasant surprise, seeing this man as a superstar X Factor, the first one on our team. Congratulations, Myles Gaskin. And as you can see, Super Bowl 55, the NFL champion is the San Francisco 49ers with a score of 34-20. Ended up taking out the Cleveland Browns. That Super Bowl surprised me, to be honest with you. I mean, Cleveland had the best offense in the NFL. They were phenomenal all season. I'm just surprised they actually made it that far. And San Francisco, going through the gauntlet they had to go through. Congratulations to them. Super Bowl 55 champions. But now we get to the meat and potatoes. Now we get to building our team. So the Super Bowl 56 features your Miami Dolphins. Take a look at the 2020 retirements. See if there's any notable. Emmanuel Sanders retires. Ben Roethlisberger retired after 17 years. Tyson Alualu retired after 11. Calais Campbell retired. Ex-Hurricane right there. 13 years. Anthony Levine, 11 years. A.Q. Shipley. LaShawn McCoy after 12 years. Steve McClendon. Jason McCourty. That's a big one. That's a big one. 12 years. Julian Edelman, 12 years. Patrick Chung. I didn't realize he was in the NFL for 12 years already. Mike Iupati, 11 years. Chad Henne, ex-Dolphin right there, 13 years. Josh McCown, 19 years. Darren Fells, 8 years. I wonder if there was an injury or something with him. Ryan Khalil retired. Dan Bailey, 10 years. Thomas Davis, 16. He played for a long, long time. Andrew Whitworth. He is notable because he caught that touchdown on the fake kick against us when we played the Rams. 15 years for him. Richie Incognito, 16 years. Jason Witten, retired again, 17. A. Pete, 14 years for him. If he was there as a free agent, I might have considered signing him as a backup, try to get him a Super Bowl. But he ends up retiring. Al Woods retires, 11 years. Alex Mack, fantastic center. Played for the Browns for a long time, 12 years. Matt Schaub, 17 years for him. Wesley Woodard, Justin Colquitt, Donald Penn, 15 years. Adam Vinatieri, 25 years. Wow. Jonathan Joseph, 15. Andy Lee. Larry Fitzgerald, 17 years for him. He'll be Hall of Fame right there. DeMar Dotson. Ty Secchi, 8 years for him. Tywon Jones, 10 years. Cameron Wake, good for him, 12 years. AJ Green, 10 years. Frank Gore, 16 years for him. Sean Lee, 11 years. Mike Nugent, 16 years. Tony Bergstrom, 9 years. Alfred Morris, James Perrence, Kyle Wilbur, Andre Smith, Dwayne Harris, TJ Ward, fantastic safety, TJ Ward. Kenny Wiggins, Higgins Jr. What a controversial pick for the Dolphins that was. Chris Hogan, 7-11. Marcus Sherrills, Clinton McDonald, Drew Stanton. Dominic Rogers-Cromartie, 12 years. Brandon Carr, Albert Clellan, Harold Suggs, 18 years. Pete Carroll retires, and Andy Reid. The 2 head coaches gone on 2 fantastic teams, so that's going to be interesting. See who they replace him with. As for players we're going to negotiate keeping, this man went to the Pro Bowl. We need to up his run block. He wants 3 years, $4 million. I think he played pretty well. Obviously, he can get a little bit better, but, he made the Pro Bowl. We can go ahead and re-sign him. He's still young. We'll give him what he's looking for. Good offer. Glad we got the deal. Good. So we locked him up. One less thing we got to worry about. Matt Breida. Good luck to him in the future. We're going to go ahead and let him walk. Same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He actually reduced what he's looking for. He only wants 1 year, $6 million. I'd like to go younger. I love Fitzy, but I want to go a little bit younger with him. So he's going to go ahead and walk too. Hopefully he can get a starter somewhere. Devon Gacho, he didn't want to really be here. He's looking for about $5 million a year. We have some good depth. There's a couple good pieces in the draft we can get to, so I'm okay letting him walk. So he's going to go. Albert Wilson, I believe he upped what he's looking for. 3 years, $12 million now. I think it was less earlier. He'll be 32. I mean, it's not bad for depth, to be honest. If he takes what he's looking for, we'll give him exactly what he's looking for. I'm okay with this deal. That's that free agency. Okay. I don't blame him. He's probably going to want a little bit more money. He could start for a number of teams, so I'm not going to franchise him. It's a big loss. He was a nice jump start for a team. Like I said in the previous episode, I would like to get a little bit more speed on the outside there. So he wouldn't have necessarily started for us, so I'm okay letting him walk. Ruger Hill, he had a pretty good season. I mean, you look at his attributes: 90 speed, 81 hit power, 79 tackle. He was good, but we would have to franchise him to keep him. 27, he wants 3 years. What is the franchise? 1 year, $13 million. He's looking for 3 years, $13 million. I feel like we just got to let him walk. Just got to let him walk. Ted Karras, center. I'm alright letting him go. 2 years, $6 million. It's a little steep. He is a captain for us, but I'm okay letting him go. Vince Beagle, 28 years old, outside linebacker. I'm alright letting him go as well. He wouldn't really start for us. Landon Roberts, 2 years, $5 million. He didn't really play too much for us. I'm good letting him walk. Devon Frazier, he can walk. Ahmed, I would like to keep 2 years, $4 million. I'm okay with that. Well, for that, I would like to play for a new team next year. Well then. Jamal Perry is looking for a 1 year, $2 million. 26. Yeah, he could walk. Egovine, 2 years, $3 million. He can go. Julian Davenport can go. Benito Jones. He's only 23, but he's 62 overall. His blockchain is only a 68. Oh. Our guy. Yeah, we gotta re-sign him. Let's lock him up long term. Well, no, let's take it 1 year at a time, just in case he blows up. Let's make him that offer. Next season will be great, buddy. And Panky left guard. Yeah. So as you can see, we are letting a lot of people walk from this team. And a lot of starters. Wilson starter, Gruger Hill starter, Karras starter. That might be it. Really looking forward to Ahmed playing, but you know what? 22 years old, he's young, hungry. Sure, I'll find a good home. Jamal Perry, 1 year, $2 million. It's decent depth. I feel like we can get better though. Yep. Go ahead and let all them walk. We are going to build a great team going forward. Salvin Ahmed is in the final year of his contract and has turned down your contract offers to this point. So how far apart do you think both sides are right now? We have a price that we believe he's worth, but he's not budging, and we're not going to bid against ourselves. That's the answer. That's absolutely the answer. If you don't want to be a part of this team, a part of this culture, you can go. You can go play for somebody else, and I hope you get to start, and we'll see. But, yep, let's take a look and see what free agents are available. See what kind of holes we can plug in this. Now, looking at this, you have Aaron Jones, X Factor, 93 overall. He's only 26. I don't like taking, obviously we don't need a running back, but I don't like taking, you got Will Fuller. He's a superstar, 87 overall, 27. Best available wide receiver. Looking for 4 years, $60 million. I like other teams getting better. I like struggling a little bit, but I don't want to take the top talent away from people. Now, if these guys are sitting here and then at the end of free agency, they're still sitting in free agency, I might consider signing them. But between the money that they're looking for and just the overall talent pool, I don't want to take really good players away from people. I want to build through the draft, and I want to take younger people that we can build up. I don't want to take somebody, already a 93 overall. I want another team to get him. Now, nobody's bidding on him right now. He's looking for 5 years, $51 million. It's a lot of money. Nobody's bidding for him right now. Let's take a look, see if there's something we can get a little bit lower that we can maybe build with. We are going to need a backup running back. As you can see, Gaskin's the only one on our team. But we're looking for a backup, not a starter. Marcus Williams, 24 years old, 87 superstar. We are eventually going to need a free safety. Bobby McCain is 28. So we're eventually going to have to get it. I would like Jones to eventually take over that starting spot. He increased his overall a little bit throughout the season, but he is the one that I would like to see take a step forward. So we're not going to go after Marcus Williams. Yeah, Marlon Mack. Nobody's going for him, though. Looking for 5 years, $34 million. Mike Hilton, scheme fit, man-to-man, 3 years, $32 million. A lot of money, and we already got so much money tied up in the cornerbacks. Now, this is a need. As you can see, Van Noy would be the starter. He is a superstar, but, he didn't really play that much last year. He didn't play that great last year. But I'm not dishing out $71 million to an outside linebacker, especially a coverage one, because we don't really blitz the outside linebackers. He's well suited for 3-4. He's not a fit for our team. Corey Davis, beast of a wide receiver. We don't need that. Gronkowski, looking for a team. Titans. He'll help out Tannehill a lot. That would be a nice signing for them. Curtis Samuel, he's only 25. But he's looking for $47 million. We need depth, we need speed. But do we want to spend that much money on a wide receiver? As you can see, you got Devontae, $40 million. And then it goes all the way down to Preston, 1.7. Samuel will definitely stretch the field. He'll be a big get for us if we were to decide to go that way. Jared Cook, he's on the older side. We don't really need a tight end. Shaheen's not great, but we're not really looking for a tight end. 2 years, $13 million is not terrible, but he is already 34. Bud Dupree, he would take over for Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel played pretty well. He was good against the rush, but $63 million, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. So really quick, let me show you guys who I've put offers on. Obviously, none of them have signed yet. You're going to recognize some names. Mike Pouncey, former Dolphin. Nobody's put in any offers on him. We do desperately need a center. Letting Karras walk. We have to shore up this offensive line. You can't fully do it in the draft. He is 32, but he's only looking for a 1-year deal. We offered him exactly what he was looking for, pretty much. The total's a little bit lower. Actually, it's a little bit higher. So we'll see if he takes it. 78 overall. As you can see, Dieter is our backup. He's only a 63. 24, which is only a 63. We can't go backwards. This is one that I desperately want. He is 30. We offered a 2-year deal for $16 million. I can't deal with another season of Kinley doing what Kinley does. It was rough trying to deal with that. So hopefully we're able to lock him up. He is a superstar. We'd be able to keep him for 2 more years. Hopefully draft somebody that we can get to take over, or Kinley can try and take some strides. But as it stands right now, Kinley was just not cutting it for us. So we could see if this will be a better signing going forward. Philip Dorsett, he would be our deep threat that we're looking for. He's 28, 3-year deal. He would slot right in there. Keep Williams in the slot. Dorsett would be in the outside. Get a little bit of that speed going deep. Hopefully stretch the field. Shaquem Griffin, I think, would be fantastic. Now, he's not a higher overall than Van Noy. Van Noy is still getting paid a lot of money. But Griffin's only looking for a 2-year deal. He's only 26. He's fast. I feel like I can bounce him around. He can play in nickel and dime packages. He'll match up well with Baker. We might be able to start him over Van Ginkel, even though Van Ginkel had a really good season. If we can get Griffin's pass coverage up a little bit, I think this can turn out to be a really, really good signing. He could play all 3 linebacker spots for us. We could send him in on blitzes. We do have to get his block shedding up a little bit, but I think this would be a really, really nice signing for our defense. And then, even though he didn't want to play for us, what the reporter said, I think if we sign him, that's not going to work. The fans aren't going to like that. So I'm going to withdraw that one. All right, so we're actually going to make a contract offer to Brian Hill. He's 25. He's older than Ahmed. We're not going to have the fans revolt. And he hasn't formally rejected us. And it's only a 2-year deal, $5 million for a backup. He'll get some playing time. Not a crazy amount. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got some shifty speed. He'll pair nicely with Gaskin as a little change of pace back. We're going to move forward and see if we can lock any of these guys up. I really hope we can. So as you can see here, we have Griffin accepted our contract offer, which is huge, and Dorsett, who will be our new starter on the outside. And as you guys can see here, Cardiff declined our offer. Pouncey rejected our offer. But we did get Hill, so we have a backup running back. Our offensive line did not get better, which is unfortunate. So we're going to have to take a look at who else is available in free agency, and we're going to have to start planning for the draft. So even though we lost out on Pouncey, we put in an offer on Pochik. He's not as good, but he is a vast upgrade over Dieter. So hopefully we can get this guy, so at least we have something. There was really no right guards better than Kinley, unfortunately, so that we might have to look at the draft, or just hope he takes a big step forward. Slightly disappointed that was the one signing. Tardif was the one signing I really did want. And we were able to get him to accept our contract, so at least we upgraded one position. Even though we did lose Karras, we were able to replace him. So, as far as free agency goes, that'll be the end of that. Now we're going to move on to the NFL draft. So here we are, round 1, pick 12. I do pause it just to take some time to be able to talk and go through everything. So, round 1, pick 12. Let us see who is available. So there's quarterbacks available. Caleb Farley, I believe, is the highest rated corner that's available. On my draft board, Wyatt Davis is available, who's a left guard. That is a need. Trey Smith is available. Right tackle, Christian Darsaw. Cosme, I believe, is the highest rated guy. Leatherwood is up there. How do you pass up on a talent like this? I mean, it's not a need. That's the only downside. Right guard is a need. Right tackle is a need. Left guard, need. But can you just pass up? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Reached 21 in true value. Alright, normal development. It's not great. 73 overall. He's not going to start. 88 speed, 94 hit power, 92 acceleration, 73 block shedding. That could obviously use some work. I feel like for our first pick, I know this is late second, talent levels mid second, but his combine report is phenomenal. So reached again, 42nd, normal development, 71 overall. Stats actually aren't that bad. His awareness is a little low. Not crazy good. He's fast. That's nice. We need some speed on our offensive line. So I don't terribly hate this pick. It says reach. That's okay. I am going to go ahead and jump on Paris Ford. I think he's going to be phenomenal. Granted, I've gotten burned twice so far, but I think he is someone to develop that's going to be a playmaker for our defense. Another reach. He is flexing. He also has a hidden attribute status, 70 overall. 91 speed, his tackle's a little bit low. 91 hit power, 94 acceleration. His play rate, block shedding, awareness, all low. But we can work on that. We can build that. I like this. I like this pick right here. I'm liking this draft so far. After seeing this, this is another one that just seems like a generational talent. 4.5 in the 40. Everything else is first and second. 6'4". Obviously, we don't need a strong safety, but I feel like he can just get moved. He can move around and play different positions. I don't think he's going to be there with the 12th pick in the 3rd. I don't feel like Deontay would be better. And I feel like he might still be there. So let's go out, kind of take a BPA. Another hidden gem. Reached again. 63, drafted him at 55. 90 speed, 91 hit power, 94 acceleration. So he's very similar to the other safety we just drafted. He is significantly bigger. Interesting. We're going to have to see. We might be able to do a little bit of something with him. I think we go here. Get some depth at corner. Another reach. We've reached on all of them. Normal depth trait. 6'3", 21 years old. Slot archetype out of South Carolina. Valued at 91. Drafted at 87. That's not that much of a reach. 68 overall isn't great. 89 speed. 93 acceleration. Cover skills aren't that great. I think that's something we could work with, though. We could build him up a little bit. We did already draft a left tackle, but I do like 6'7", 306 is huge. He might be able to balance out to the right tackle spot. I like his speed, agile archetype. It seems like a pretty good pick. Wow, we actually got a good pick out of one. 101 in true value, drafted him at 119, normal dev. 88 strength. Alright. His run blocking is not great. He is a pass blocker, 67 overall. 74 speed, so we got more speed on the line. Dante Stills, defensive tackle. That might be the route. We let Gacho walk. We gotta go Dante Stills. Oh yeah. Normal dev again. 66 overall, not great. 86 strength. 78 speed is really nice for a defensive tackle. 85 acceleration. Okay, we can work with that. We can build him up. I can work with Kellermond. I do like him as a player. I know it says talent level undrafted, but we do need backup. I don't know what that sound was. That was horrific. 364, 189. Wow, 59 overall. And he has Devontae's number. Get that off your jersey. 88 throw power is not terrible. 77 throw on the run. The rest of those numbers, however. Wow. Here's to hoping Tua doesn't get hurt. And that will do it for the draft. Looking back at the draft recap, I feel like we had a really good draft. We did reach on a lot of players. We took a lot of BPAs. We were able to get some offensive line help. The two safeties, you know, looking back on it, not the greatest decision making, but I feel like both of them are going to be able to help us in different ways for our defense. A defense that kind of collapsed, to be honest, toward the end of the season. Offensive line should be able to upgrade. You know, we're going to get the help in the draft, the couple players that we got, and through free agency. I think we upgraded there, upgraded on defense. Wide receiver, we were able to upgrade. We filled in some spots and backups, running back, quarterback. I think we did really well. Dylan Moses, I feel like we're going to be able to plug him in, and he's going to step in and be wonderful. Him, Griffin, Jerome, they're going to be able to come in, build up Ford to be able to take over once Bobby leaves us. Hansel, we're going to be able to put in, you know, he'll be able to play safety. He could play linebacker. He's kind of like Shaquem Griffin. He could play a whole bunch of different positions. Israel, we're going to be able to build up. He's 6'3" as a corner. We're going to be able to use that. We're going to be able to use that to go up against more of the physical guys. So, you know, the big tight ends, the big physical wide receivers that we got dominated with last season. He's going to be able to step in and really help us with that situation. So I'm confident with this draft. I feel like we made our team much better. All the players that we had are going to go up. Miles is an X factor now. That's going to be huge for us. So I appreciate everybody stopping in, going through this offseason, building this team. I feel like going forward, this team is significantly better than we were last year. Just on paper, we're significantly better. Another year under our belt, and I honestly feel like we're going to be able to go deep in the playoffs this year between the draft and what we did as far as free agency goes. So again, I appreciate everybody stopping in, looking at us build this team, and the next episode is going to be the first game of the season. So until then, see you.